I think we can all agree that we're living in a culture that extremely glorifies overconsumption. Like, it's literally impossible to be on any social media platform without an ad being pushed at you every like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, be it Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, name it. Like, there's always constant ads being pushed at you to buy products. And let's not even start talking about the influencers we watch. Like, they're always talking about how this skincare product is the it and it will change your life, and like why you literally need to have this bag. Why have you not bought this thing? Have you been living under a rock? You know, like the messaging of overconsumption is it's too much. Like, it's too much. And in this type of a culture, like knowing how to manage your money, like being able to save and invest becomes such a deliberate effort. Like, it's something that you have to be so conscious and intentional about. And that is one of the main goals for me this year. So last year I realized the importance of having an emergency fund. Like, I saw so many people lose their jobs, and right now it's even worse. Like, you know, with the tariffs on the funding by the US government, like things are only getting tougher. And honestly, we need to have those emergency funds in place. I need to have my emergency plan, my emergency fund in place. And so that is one of the main goals that I'm working towards this year. So welcome to this video. I'm going to be talking a lot about my finances. It will have a lot of titles, but essentially what I'm doing is getting my finances together. And I invite you to just do an audit of your own finances and maybe come along with me on this journey. It doesn't matter how small or how much you're earning, like financial management is important. That is one of my main goals. Like, I am also turning an age where like living very reckless and on the edge about money is no longer an option. Like, I really need to be deliberate about investing and also like just building wealth and like the life that I've always desired. Welcome to the video. My name is Maureen. I am 27. I live in Nairobi, Kenya. I am a full-time logistician, but also trying to like just grow my online presence to use it as a place for creativity and possibly impact a life or two. All right, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, leave me a like and a comment, and let's get started. So I have my notebook here. I have written some few notes. So if you see me looking down here, it's because I am just being guided by my notes. All right, so let's first start with my goals for getting my financial life together. Number one, as I've mentioned, I really want to build my emergency fund. It's not even a joke. And for anyone who might not know what an emergency fund is, it's just a rainy day, you know, savings. Of course, I have some few savings here and there, but I want to aggregate them and grow that such that I know I have 6 months of living expenses in case of anything, you know, like in case I want to like switch jobs, in case like, you know, like in the event of losing a job, I know that I am covered for 6 months. You can work with 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I want to start with, of course, like 6 months, and then I can build that up to a year. All right, so that is my first main goal. And for that, I decided to create an MMF. I opened a money market fund. I won't go into the details of what a money market fund is because I'm relatively new. Of course, I know a bit here and there about a money market fund, but if you want to know more about that, you can visit a provider that has that. I opened mine with Absa Bank here in Kenya, previously Barclays. I thought they explained their product much better. I went to a few providers to compare, but I felt like they explained their product much better, and I felt a bit more safe to put my money in there. So I will be putting away some funds per month into that fund for my money market, and it grows daily, and at the end of the year it has earned me some interest, right? And then number two, my other goal for getting my financial life together is to get out of debt. I do have some few debts here and there, consumer debt, like just here and there. It's not much, but I want to clear that off by the end of the year. So that is a very, very huge priority for me. And then number 3 is making sure that I'm not getting lifestyle creep as I am growing in my career, and also as I am maybe increasing my income streams. So I want to make sure that I don't get lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is just where you earn more but your expenses become more. Like, you have to really be deliberate. You know, like when you're earning like $100 and you're just living a normal life, but now when you start earning $200, you want to move into a, there's no problem with moving into a bigger house. I did move into a bigger house, but you start moving into a bigger house, and now you cannot go with a public transport. You want to use an Uber, you know, like those are lifestyle creep. So that is another thing. I don't want to get lifestyle creep. And then number 3 is healing my relationship with overconsumption, and really just healing my relationship with money. I don't believe that I have the best background with money growing up, so I really need to like work on my relationship with money, understanding money for myself, because as I mentioned, like we are not taught about money in our education system. That is one. And then in the family that I grew up, like we didn't talk about money. So I really want to heal my relationship with money so that money can work for me. I heard somewhere, I don't know if it's Suze Orman's book, she says that money stays where it's respected. So I want to make sure that I know the principles of money. I know like how do I respect money so that it can respect me back. Yeah, so that is my goal number 3. Then my goal number 4 is that I want to furnish my house. Like, so I recently moved into a 1-bedroom. So if you know me, I am very deliberate with the pieces that I buy, and then I hate clutter. I hate cheap. Honestly, I hate cheap because cheap is expensive, let's be honest. So I take my time before I buy something. I would rather save for like 6 months to buy a TV than just go and buy a cheap one, and one that I will change within the next 2 years. So I'm taking my time. I'm saving up for furnishing my house. So I want to buy a cooker, I want to buy a fridge, I want to buy a TV, I want to, just a few things here and there, but those are the main ones. So it's a bit of furniture and electronics. So that is another of my main goal. That is number 4. And then number 5, I am planning on furthering my studies this year. So I will need to put away some funds for my education. Yeah, so those are my goals for like getting my financial life together. Please comment with your own, if you're on a similar journey. Comment down below on the goals that you have for yourself with your finances. So number 2, like under now the topic that we are talking about, I'd like for us to talk about like the habits that are helping me towards this goal of mine of getting my financial life together in 2025. So these are the systems, the habits that I'm putting in place just so that I can be able to achieve this goal that I have. Okay, number 1 habit and system that I have put in place to support me in this journey is budgeting my income immediately it comes in. Like if, for example, it's my salary, immediately we are paid, I need to budget that. I need to have my payday routine. That is something that I'm still tweaking. I have an Excel that I'm working on. I am still like tweaking it to fit into my own like my own specifications. So that is number 1. And under budgeting, like, so it's just putting away my savings. I deposit that. If it's my emergency fund, I deposit that. If it's my sinking fund, I deposit that, which is something I should actually mention. So currently I have a sinking fund that I'm also putting funds in, and that includes like fun if I want to go and take out myself for a date, because that is something that I want to do this year. Like if I want to take myself for a date, I can chip into my sinking fund. If I'm going out with friends, I can chip in to my sinking fund. So that is something that I'm also building aside from my emergency fund, so that I'm well balanced, of course. And also just also budgeting my daily expenses, if it's transport, utilities, and all that. Just when my income comes in, I'm able to know that 5,000 will go into transport, like 5,000 is going into food, this is going into rent, of course, and all that. So I budget immediately my income comes in. And sometimes we think that this is my second month of budgeting well properly. Sometimes we think that budgeting restrains us, but in all honesty, what I've found is that budgeting gives you freedom. Like, budgeting will give you freedom of how you use your money, and just peace of mind. That sometimes I used to like be scared of even looking at my account, because I've used so much. I'm like, oh my god, I'm sure that like right now I have just 1,000 and I'm scared of looking at it. But right now, like we are budgeting every cent. Like, my method is zero-based budgeting. Like, I budget everything and I remain with zero. Like, that is how I'm approaching it. So right now, like, I know if I use this much, I know this is how much I have. It's not like I'm approaching it blindly. So that is the most important habit that is helping me, and that is budgeting. And then number two, which a bit ties to what I've just mentioned, is doing constant audits of my finances, and just like seeing like the progress I'm making. Like, is this the trajectory that I want to continue making? Is there something that I can reduce on my budget and just put it away in something else? So that is something that I'm constantly doing, and that is constantly auditing my money. And also, just like at the end of the day, I'm able to see like I had budgeted like 200 for today, so how much did I use and how much was left? Yeah, that is something that I'm constantly doing. And then number two, my other main habit that I am using is educating myself on money. Like, sometimes we feel so intimidated to learn about money that we don't even try. But honestly, like, you can't know about something that you don't put in effort to learn. So I'm really deliberate about reading books about money. I am reading a book by Suze Oman. I'm actually listening to the audio, and then also there are other authors. I have The Psychology of Money that I have never actually finished reading. I bought it a while back, so I'll trace my step back. And then I'm also interested in reading Dave Ramsey's books, so that is something that I'm constantly doing. And also listening to podcasts about money. Like, there's so many resources right now that you can use to educate yourself about money. On YouTube, there is so much resources. And then actually, like, I found this term infotainment, like making sure that like when you're doing your entertainment, it's also educative. And I bumped into this sort of a series. It's called Smart Money Woman. I believe it's based on the actual book. It's called Smart Money Woman. And oh my god, can you talk about that show for a second? It was so nice. Like, I learned so much about money. I could see myself in the characters, and like I know which character I am, but I won't say it, that y'all don't judge me. But if you know which character you are, if you've watched the show, please comment like which character are you. Like, I feel like that show, every lady who wants to get their money together should watch Smart Money Woman. Like, it's free on YouTube, so you can just go and stream and watch it. But honestly, you will learn so much. Go and watch it if you have watched it. Can we talk about Shola and Zuri? I digress, but you gotta go and watch that. Yeah, so educating myself is another system that I am putting in place to improve my financial life. Then let's go to number 3. And this is a hack that actually a friend of mine taught me. Rather, we discussed a while back, and like it made a lot of sense to me. And that was like making daily savings. You see, like, you've already budgeted for your monthly expenses. You've budgeted that you're going to use, maybe for me, I use 150 from anywhere from 150 to 100 on transport per day. So that is Kenya shillings. So for example, if I'm able to walk in the morning to go to where I pick or I take, or where I board my bus, I can save 50 shillings, right? But if I'm late, I have to use like a motorcycle to get me to the stage so that I can board my matatu. If I'm able to save that 50 bob, like I wake up early and I walk to the stage, that 50 bob in the evening, I come and put it in my piggy bank. Yeah, which actually reminds reminds me, I should show you my piggy bank, which I got recently. Let me just get it. So here's my piggy bank that I got recently. I got mine from China Square. They didn't have a smaller one. I've already put a few coins and some notes here, but it has been such a satisfying journey. Like, so this is for my daily savings. Like if I make a savings on something, I'll just come and put it here. All right, let me put it away because it will make noise. It has coins. So as I was saying, like if for example on that day, like I'm able to hitch a ride with a friend and then I save my transport coming back home, that money, I don't use it on anything else. Like I come and put it in my piggy bank. That is how I've been doing it for the past like almost 1 month now, and it's so satisfying. It feels like a little game. Like I know if I'm able to walk, I'll go and put that 50 bob in my piggy bank, and that moment, that action of just putting it in the piggy bank is so satisfying. I don't know why, but it just feels satisfying. That is something that you can also adopt. I saw that tip on another YouTube channel by some lady called Miss Wiro. If you know her, you can just, just comment down below. And she does this annually. So last year she opened her piggy bank and she had made a savings of about 70,000 Kenya shillings. I was like, okay, that's a nice approach. So I'm constantly now like looking for opportunities where I can save. If for example I had budgeted that I need to buy a kg of rice at say 200, and then I go and then I find that I'm able to buy it at say 150, that extra 50 bob, I come and put it in my savings. It's so satisfying. So if that is something that you're interested in, you can also join in, and then at the end of the year we'll be opening our piggy banks to see how much we've saved like on a daily basis. So the fourth habit that will be supporting me in this journey is using hard cash instead of mobile banking. And so every weekend on Sunday, I sit down and I budget like, so transport is this much. Maybe this week I'm buying water, it's this much. Maybe I'm using, I'll be buying, let's say for example avocados or fruits, so this is the much that I'll need for that, and then I aggregate that, and then I know like for this week I need 1500. So I go and withdraw 1500 Kenya shillings and I have it in cash form, so that like every time that I am purchasing something and I make a saving, again I come and put it in my piggy bank. Because honestly, mobile banking is good, but it puts, like, I don't know how, but somehow when you use hard cash, you're able to appreciate the value of the money than when you're using mobile banking. I don't know if it's only me, but that's how I see it. Like when you're using hard cash, it's a bit difficult for you to misuse the money than when you're using mobile banking. So that is another hack that is helping me right now, and I hope to continue with it up to the end of the year. So I don't keep a lot of cash, like hard cash, but it's in my current account. The expenses, the monthly expenses, it's in my current account, such that I withdraw per week on need basis. Number 5. This is an interesting one, guys. I'm avoiding going into thrift shops because one of my downfalls when it comes to money is thrift items. And while thrifting is great, thrifting, by the way, is really great. It saves our environment, and also it's very, thrift items are not usually that expensive, so it's inexpensive. It's just avoiding like polluting the environment because you are upcycling things, So I love thrifting. Whether it's clothes, whether it's home decor, I love thrifting. And for the longest time, that has been my my pastime activity. Like when I'm bored, I'm like, let me go and see what they have at this shop, like for, like home decor. And I go, and by the time I'm back, I've already used like 500, So I'm deliberately avoiding going into thrift shops. Yeah, and just occupying my time with other things. So I'm just being deliberate about like looking for new hobbies, working out more, like walking, like seeing my neighborhood, and also like like just new hobbies. I have, in all honesty, not explored like things like coloring, which I want to do, but I have not yet gotten the materials. But that is something that I want to explore. And also just creating opportunities for like creating memories instead of just going and buying things. In as much as things are inexpensive, at the end of the day, you might find that cumulatively you spend a lot of money, and then these items you end up donating them again. If you have maybe hobby ideas that you'd like for me to try, and hobbies that keep you, that don't involve spending money, please, I'd love to hear. Help a girl in the comment section. My number 5 system or habit that I am using is a low buy strategy for some specific items. There are some that I am on a no buy and some on a low buy. So things like clothes, I'm not buying this year. I'm not buying clothes. I have so much clothes that it's literally embarrassing. So I'm not buying clothes. One of these fine days I might show you my wardrobe and you'll be like, I have made a deliberate effort to shop my wardrobe, and I'm finding so many clothes that I have not worn in such a long time, and just playing around with them, styling them, getting inspiration from Pinterest, So that is something that I'm enjoying, shopping my wardrobe. So clothes are a no buy, strictly no buy. The same goes to shoes, bags, towels, I don't know, home decor, what else? Workout clothes. I have more than necessary, so I am not going to buy that. And then for things like skincare, hair care, I'm on a low buy. So for like things like skincare, I use until something is finished, a product is finished, for me to replenish that. Like if I'm using a sunscreen, I have to wait for it to get depleted so that I can start using. If I'm using a body lotion, the same thing. A shower gel, the same thing. That is what I'm doing. I'm on a low buy. And then there's something else. I'm not going for the higher expensive brands. Like for my lotion, I'm so used to using Nivea. But this year we're not using that. Like if I'm able to maybe find somewhere where there's a discount, I'll buy that. But for the original price, honey, I'm using substitutes. One thing that we have to remind ourselves, like when we are doing this, when we are making these sacrifices, is that it's not like forever. You will not have to use the lower, like the cheaper products like forever. It's just for a time being until you achieve your goal. So that is something that I'm having to constantly remind myself, and it's working so far. We're only in February, but it's working. And something else that I'm on a no buy with is anything that is not budgeted. It doesn't matter how much of a good price it is, I'm not buying. It doesn't matter how much convenient it is, I'm not buying. Anything that is not budgeted, we are not buying. And honestly, it's harder than it looks. Like I have to just apply a lot of intentionality, but it's harder than you would think. But it's not impossible. It's very much doable. Number 6 strategy that I'm using. I mentioned that I am on the journey to furnish my house and just buy electronics and furniture. So something that I'm doing is, I almost said furniture. Something that I'm doing is I joined a chama. So for anyone who doesn't know what a chama is, it's a merry-go-round where like you pull the money together, then you give it to one person, and then the next time you give it to another person. So it's sort of a loan, I don't know, but it doesn't have an interest. So that is the good thing. I know chamas are or merry-go-rounds are a highly debatable topic. I know I have had debates with friends about it, and they're like, no, I wouldn't join a chama. Like, why join a chama? I would rather just save it in a money market fund. But you see, the convenience of that, of a merry-go-round, is that it is monthly, and also, like, we're not a lot of people, we are like 5 people, so for 5 people it just takes 5 months, and then the round is over. Even if you put the money in an MMF, the much that you will have earned during that time, it's a bit negligible, let's be honest. And also, like, it just gives you social capital. Like, for example, if you were in a fix, someone would know that you're a reliable person, and they would, like, sort you out. So I feel like, especially when you're furnishing your home, for ladies, I don't know if guys have chamas, I don't know. I feel like it's a good way to do it. You can just as long as the members are, like, reliable people, it not only builds your social capital, but it's just a faster way to do things around your home. Our mothers did that, like, for the longest time, and you'd find them, like, maybe buy for each other, like, household items, like food and stuff. And yeah, for a short term, with a goal in mind, I feel like it's a good strategy. So I did join chama this year, and I'll be the one getting the money this month, so I'm really happy. There's a big thing that I want to buy, so I'm really waiting for that. Yeah, so I think those are the systems that I have put in place. So far, those are 6 systems. And also, I shared my goals with you guys. To be honest, my relationship with money has not been the best. I am just coming to realize that. And sometimes change, like most times, change starts when you get tired of your own BS. So I'm just at the end, I'm at the finish line. I'm tired. So we have to make a change, and change is just imminent for me, and I can't wait to see how far I'll have achieved by the end of the year. Of course, I have goals for myself. For the emergency fund, I said 6 months, so it has a figure attached to it. I'm not comfortable sharing that right now. And also for my sinking fund, like, I have a specific amount that I want to save up in that. And there are figures, just that I might not be comfortable right now, but I hope that I can be able to just build that vulnerability, and I can share very much openly with you guys. I'll keep myself accountable by sharing an update with you guys, probably maybe in like 6 months, maybe in July. Yeah, in June, July, we'll see. But of course, I'll give you an update. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section. I hope that you have felt like you're not alone in this journey, and I hope it motivates you, if you're on a similar journey, to just go on. And also, if you've not yet started, 2025 is the year we get our financial discipline. It's the year we get our financial lives right. All right, so please join me in this journey. Yeah, and that's it. So if you have enjoyed the video, please do not forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for just patronizing with me, and just thank you. My commitment is to bring you more productive content, and let's just grow. Yeah, 2025 is a great year. I can feel it in my heart. Let's make more money. Let's pray for more money. Let's work for more money, and breakthrough will come. Breakthrough is it's imminent. All right, subscribe, comment, and like, and I will see you in the next one.